Hello, Level A's, and welcome to Chapter 7. Please open your textbook to page 154. We'll begin our reading. Clear, glowing skin is one of today's most important hallmarks of beauty. No matter how advanced the latest skincare technology may be, you still have to learn how to care for your client's skin and know what you should do to keep it healthy. That means you must study the structure of the skin, how it grows, and why it's important to maintain a healthy diet. Why study skin structure, growth, and nutrition? Knowing the skin's underlying structure and basic needs is crucial in order to provide excellent skincare for clients. You also need to recognize skin conditions, diseases, inflammation, and also infection, so you can refer clients to the right medical professionals and also for treatment when necessary. Let's move down to know the anatomy of the skin. Please highlight. The medical branch of science that deals with the study of skin, nature, structure, functions, disease, and treatment is called dermatology. Continue highlighting. A dermatologist is a physician who specializes in diseases, disorders of the hair, skin, and nails. End of highlighting. Dermatologists attend 4 years of college and 4 years of medical school, and about 4 years of specialty training in dermatology. Because some skin symptoms can be a sign of internal disease, many dermatologists have additional training in internal medicine. Cosmetologists may be allowed to clean, preserve the health of the skin, and beautify the skin depending on the laws and regulations of their province or state. In some states or in provinces, a cosmetologist must also become an esthetician to perform certain services on the skin. Please highlight. An esthetician specializes in the cleansing, beautification, and preservation of the health of skin on the entire body, including the face and neck. End of highlighting. Let's move to page 155. Cosmetologists are not allowed to diagnose, prescribe, or provide any type of treatment for abnormal conditions and illnesses or diseases. Please highlight. Cosmetologists must refer clients with medical issues to dermatologists more than any other type of physician. End of highlighting. The skin is the largest organ on the body. The skin of an average adult, if it was to be stretched out, it would cover over 3,000 square inches and will weigh between 6 to 9 pounds. Our skin protects the network of muscles, bones, nerves, blood vessels, and everything else inside our bodies. It is the only natural barrier between our body and the environment. Healthy skin should be free of any visible signs of disease, infection, or injury. It is slightly moist, soft, and flexible. Ideally, healthy skin has a smooth, fine-grained texture and a kind of feel and appearance. The surface of healthy skin is slightly acidic, and its immune responses react quickly to organisms that touch or try and enter it. Appendages of the skin include hair, nails, and sudorifics such as sweat and sebaceous oil glands. Please highlight. Continued, repeated pressure on any part of the skin, especially the hands and feet, can cause it to thicken and develop into a callus. End of highlighting. Which is important and needed as a protective layer that prevents damage to the underlying skin. The skin of the scalp is constructed similar to the skin elsewhere on the human body, but the scalp has a larger and deeper hair follicles to accommodate the longer hair of the head. Please highlight. The skin is composed of two main divisions, the epidermis and the dermis. End of highlighting. If you look below on figure 7-1, you can see the two sections of the epidermis and the dermis and the subsections within each category. Let's go ahead and learn about these categories on page 156. The epidermis. Please highlight. The epidermis is the outermost and thinnest layer of the skin. End of highlighting. It contains no blood vessels but has many small nerve endings. The epidermis is made up of 5 layers. The first layer is the stratum corneum. Please highlight. The stratum corneum is known as the horny layer, is the outer layer of the epidermis. End of highlighting. The stratus corneum is the layer in which we look at on our skin, and it is the layer cared for by salon products and services. Please highlight. Its scale-like cells are continually being shed and replaced by cells coming to the surface from underneath. End of highlighting. Please highlight. These cells are made up of keratin, a fibrous protein that also is the principal component of hair and nails. End of highlighting. The cells combined with lipids, which is fat, produced by the skin to help make the stratum corneum a protective, water-resistant layer. The complex lipids between the cells is known as a barrier function. The barrier function's purpose is to keep the skin moist by preventing water evaporation and to guard against irritants penetrating the skin surface. The second layer is the stratum lucidum. Please highlight. The stratum lucidum is a clear, transparent layer under the stratum corneum. It consists of small cells through which light can pass. End of highlighting. This layer is thicker on the palms of the hands and soles of the feet. The third layer is the stratum granulosum, also known as the granule layer. The layer of the epidermis that is composed of the cells that look like granules and are filled with keratin. The cells die as they're pushed up to the surface and replace the dead cells that are shed from the stratum corneum. The fourth layer is the stratus spinosum. It's the spiny layer just above the stratum germinativum. The spiny layer is where the process of the skin shedding begins. Please highlight your fifth layer. The stratum germinativum is more commonly known as the basal layer. It's the deepest layer of the epidermis. End of highlighting. This is the live layer of the epidermis that produces new epidermal skin cells and is responsible for the growth of the epidermis. It is composed of several layers of differently shaped cells. The basal layer also contains special cells called melanocytes. Please highlight. The basal layer also contains special cells called melanocytes, which produces dark skin pigment called melanin. End of highlighting. Those are your 5 layers of your epidermis. So let's find out about the dermis, your other main section of your skin. On the bottom of page 156 is the dermis. Please highlight. The dermis, also known as the corneum cutis or true skin, is the underlying or inner layer of the skin. The dermis extends from the subcutaneous tissue. End of highlighting. This highly sensitive dermis layer of connective tissue is about 25 times more thicker than the epidermis. Within its structure, there are numerous blood vessels, lymph vessels, nerves, sweat glands, and also sebaceous oil glands. Hair follicles, as well as erecti pili muscles. Please highlight erecti pili muscles are small involuntary muscles in the base of the hair follicle that cause goosebumps. End of highlighting. The dermis is composed of two layers. The papillary layer, so that's the superficial layer, and the reticular layer, that is your deeper layer. Let's dive into the papillary layer on page 157. It is the outer layer of the dermis, directly beneath the epidermis. Here you're going to find dermal papillae, which are small cone-shaped elevations in the base of the hair follicles. Some papillae contain looped capillaries and others contain small epidermal structures called, please highlight, tactile corpuscles, which are nerve endings that are sensitive to touch and pressure, which would be sensory nerve fibers. This layer also contains melanocytes, which is your pigment-producing cells. The top of the papillary layer, which joins to the epidermis, is called the, please highlight, epidermal junction. Your second layer of your dermis is the reticular layer. It is the deeper layer of the dermis that supplies the skin with oxygen and nutrients. It contains the following structures within the network: fat cells, blood vessels, lymph vessels, sebaceous oil glands, sudorifish sweat glands, hair follicles, erecti pili muscles, and nerve endings. Please highlight subcutaneous tissue, also known as adipose tissue, or also known as the fatty tissue below the dermis. End of highlighting. Please star that. What it does is it gives smoothness and contour to the body, contains fats for new use of energy, and also acts as a protective cushion for the skin. Subcutaneous tissue varies in thickness according to age, gender, and general health of the individual. You can check this out on figure 7-2. Fluids of the skin. Blood and lymph vessels are located in the recternal dermis. Blood delivers nutrients, oxygen to the skin, and it takes away all the waste products and also the carbon dioxide. Nutrients are molecules from foods such as protein, carbs, and fats. These nutrients are necessary for cell life, repair, and also growth, as we learned in the previous couple chapters. The skin cannot be nourished properly from the outside with cosmetic products. It must have nourishment from foods that we eat and come from the inside out. Lymph is clear fluids of the body that bathe in the skin cells. They remove toxins, cellular waste, and have immune functions to help protect the skin and the body against disease. Networks of blood arteries and lymph vessels in the subcutaneous tissue send all the small branches to the hair papilla, follicles, and also the skin glands. Let's turn to page 158. You can see on figure 7-2 all of the layers and how complex your skin tissue technically is. You will have reinforcement activities of labeling flashcards to help reinforce all of the memorization of these layers. Let's talk about the nerves of the skin. The skin contains the surface endings of the following nerve fibers. Please highlight. Motor nerve fibers are distributed to the erecti pili muscles attached to the hair follicles. Motor nerves carry impulses from the brain to the muscles. End of highlighting. Then you have sensory nerve fibers. That's what reacts to heat, touch, cold, pressure, pain. These sensory receptors send messages to the brain. Have you ever put your hand on something hot? That would be your sensory nerve fiber that is telling your brain to remove your hand from something hot. Lastly, please highlight your secretory nerve fibers. They're distributed by the sweat and oil glands, sudoriferous, and also your sebaceous glands of the skin. These secretory nerves are part of the autonomic nervous system. They regulate excretion of perspiration from the sudoriferous glands and control the outflow of sebum, which is oil, from the sebaceous glands to the surface of the skin. End of highlighting. Sense of touch. The papillary layer of the dermis houses nerve endings that provide the body with such touch of pain, heat, cold, and pressure. Please highlight. Nerve endings are most abundant in the fingertips. End of highlighting. Complex sensations such as vibration seem to depend on the sensitivity of the combination of those nerve endings. Skin color. Know that the skin color has a lot to do with melanin. And the color skin, whether fair, medium, or dark, is again based from your melanin. It's tiny grains of pigment that are produced by what we learned earlier, melanocytes, that are deposited into cells in your basal layer of your epidermis. So that's right above your dermis layer. The color of the skin is it's a hereditary trait, so if your grandparents had it, great-grandparents, parents, etc., and it will vary among races and also your nationality. Genes determine the amount and type of pigment produced in an individual. The body produces two types of melanin. We're not going to expand a huge amount on it because you will learn so much about this in hair color chapter. Your phenomelanin, which is your red and yellow in color, and your eumelanin, which is dark brown to black. People with light-colored skin mostly produce phenomelanin, while those with darker-colored skin mostly produce eumelanin. The size of melanin granules varies from one individual to another. Melanin helps produce sensitive cells from the sun's UV light, but it does not provide enough protection to prevent skin damage. Daily use of a broad-spectrum sunscreen with a sun protection factor of over SPF 15 or higher can help protect the melanin and the skin from burning. Skin cancer and premature aging. You can see on figure 7-3 all the different melanin and melanin sites. Strength and flexibility of the skin. So the skin gets its strength, form, flexibility from two specific structures found within the dermis. This is collagen and elastin. Please highlight those. These two structures are composed of a flexible protein fibers, and it makes up 70% of the dermis. Let's change to page 160. Please highlight. Collagen is a fibrous protein that gives the skin form and strength, and a highlighting. This fiber makes up a huge percentage of the dermis and provides structural support by holding together all the structures found in this layer. When the collagen fibers are healthy, they allow skin to stretch and contract as needed. Please star that. If collagen fibers become weakened due to age, lack of moisture, environmental damage such as UV light, or frequent changes in weight, the skin will begin to lose its tone and suppleness. Wrinkles are sagging and often result from collagen fibers losing their strength. Please again highlight collagen fibers. Please highlight elastin. It's a protein base similar to collagen that forms an elastic tissue. End of highlighting. Elastin is interwoven with collagen fibers. Elastin fiber gives, please highlight, flexibility and elasticity. Continue highlighting. It helps the skin regain its shape even after being repeatedly stretched and expanded. Into highlighting. And like your collagen, it can be weakened by the same factors as collagen. Both of these fibers are super important in the overall health and appearance of skin. Please highlight. As we age, gravity causes fibers to weaken. In the end, loss of elasticity results in sagging skin. End of highlighting. Now we know that major scientists believe that most signs of skin aging are caused by sun exposure over a lifetime. Using SPF will help maintain a youthful skin and also a great skincare regime. Let's move on to the glands of the skin. The bottom of page 160. The skin contains two types of duct glands that extract materials from the blood to form new substances. Please highlight. These are sudoriferous glands and sebaceous glands. Figure 7-4. Your sudoriferous glands, known as your sweat glands, please highlight. They continue highlighting, excrete, sweat, and detoxify the body by excreting excessive salt and unwanted chemicals. End of highlighting. They consist of, please highlight, secretory coils, the coil based at the sudoriferous gland. Please highlight and star, and tube-like sweat duct that ends at the surface of the skin to form at the sweat pore. End of highlighting. Practically all parts of the body are supplied with these glands, which are more numerous than on the palms of the hands, soles of the feet, and also the forehead, and again, the armpit. These glands regulate body temperature, they help eliminate waste products from the body, and the evaporation of sweat cools the skin's surface. The activity of the sudoriferous glands is greatly increased by heat, exercise, emotions, and certain drugs. The excretion of sweat is controlled by the nervous system. Normally, 1 or 2 pints of salt-containing liquids are eliminated daily through sweat pores in the skin. On page 161, we can talk about sebaceous oil glands. Please highlight. Sebaceous glands is also known as oil glands. They're connected to the hair follicles. End of highlighting. They consist of little sacs with ducts that are open to the follicles. Please highlight. These glands secrete sebum, or a fatty, oily substance that lubricates the skin and preserves the softness of the hair. End of highlighting. With the exceptions at the palm of the hands and soles of the feet. These glands are found in all parts of the body, particularly in the face and scalp where they are larger. Ordinarily, sebum flows through the oil ducts, leading into the mouths of the hair follicles. However, when the sebum hardens and that duct becomes clogged, please highlight, a pore impaction is called an open comedo, also known as a blackhead. The second time of comedo is called a closed comedo. Please highlight, also known as a whitehead. These are the technical terms for blackhead and whitehead. You can see them on figure 7-5 and 7-6. Let's talk about acne. Please highlight. Acne, also known as acne vulgaris, is a skin disorder characterized by chronic inflammation of your sebaceous gland. Now continue highlighting. Your Propionibacterium acne abbreviated P. acne, is a technical term for acne bacteria. A papule, please continue highlighting, is known as a pimple. It's a small elevation on the skin that contains no fluid but sometimes can get a bit of pus in it. Continue highlighting. A pustule is a raised inflamed papule with white or yellow center, containing pus on the top, known as the head of the pimple. End of highlighting. At the bottom of page 161, let's talk about the functions of the skin. Please note and highlight the 6 principal functions of the skin are protection, sensation, heat regulation, excretion, secretion, and also absorption. End of highlighting. Let's talk about protection. Number 1. The skin protects our body from injury and bacterial invasion. The outermost layer of the epidermis is water resistant, and it's a thin layer of sebum and fatty lipids. The fatty lipids, known as the barrier function, exist between cells and are produced through cell renewal process. This outermost layer is resistant to a wide variations in temperature, minor injuries, chemically active substances, and may form bacteria. The second part of it is sensation. By stimulating different sensory nerve endings, the skin responds to heat, cold, touch, and pressure and pain. When the nerve endings are stimulated, a message is sent directly to the brain. You respond by saying, ouch, you feel pain, or by scratching it if you have an itch. You pull away if something's too hot. The third one is heat regulation. It's a skin protection from the body and also the environment. A healthy body maintains a consistent internal temperature of 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius. As changes occur in the outside temperature, the blood and your sudoriferous glands of the skin make necessary adjustments to allow the body to be cooled or heat. Your fourth is excretion. So that's perspiration from your sweat glands. It's excreted through the skin. Water lost through perspiration, takes salt and other chemicals with it. Your fifth layer is secretion. Sebum is secreted through sebaceous glands, the oil lubricants on the skin, keeping it soft and pliable. Oil also keeps hair soft. Emotional stress and hormone imbalances can increase the flow of sebum. Number 6, it's absorption. Some ingredients can be absorbed by the outer layers of the skin, but very few ingredients can actually penetrate the epidermis. Small amounts of fatty materials, such as those used in many advanced skincare formulations, may be absorbed between the two cells, although the hair follicles and the sebaceous oil glands openings. However, cosmetic products that are not formulated to penetrate the epidermis. Moving on to page 163, promoting nutrition and skin health. For your own benefit, and as well for others, you should always have a basic understanding of how to maintain a healthy skin by making right nutritional choices. You've heard people always say, you are what you eat. Mainly, it is pretty true. To keep the body healthy, people must ensure that what they eat helps regulate hydration, keeping a healthy level of water in the body, oil production, and overall function of their cells. Please highlight skin disorders, fatigue, stress, depression, and some diseases can be caused by an unhealthy diet or improper hydration, and a highlighting. Essential nutrients that you need to survive. 1, carbohydrates. They need it for energy and to run the function within the body. 2, vitamins. Please highlight vitamins required for many body functions to occur. 3, fats. needed for many body functions, such as including hormones, sebum production, absorption, and vitamins A, D, E, and K. Minerals, used by cells to produce important biochemicals that we've got from many body functions. 5. Proteins, important for building muscle, blood tissues, and for cell repair and replacement. Please highlight number 6, water. It makes up 50 to 70% of the body's weight, and it's necessary for virtually every function of the cells and body. End of highlighting. These are essential nutrients that are obtained through eating and drinking. The body cannot make up nutrients in sufficient amounts to sustain itself properly. The USDA, the United States Department of Agriculture, developed a special program to help people determine the amount of food they need to eat out of these groups: grains, dairy, veggies, proteins, and fruits. Eating recommended amounts of these 5 basic groups is the best way to support a healthy lifestyle. You can see this on figure 7-8. On page 164, let's skip down to vitamins and dietary supplements. Please highlight, vitamins play an important role in the skin's health, often aiding in healing, softening the skin, and fighting disease. There are 13 essential vitamins, some of them including vitamin A, C, D, E, K, and 8 complex B vitamins. End of highlighting. Let's skip down to Did You Know? Please highlight, do you know how much water you should drink a day? There's an easy formula that will tell you the number of ounces of water you should be drinking per day. Divide your body weight. End of highlighting. Divide your body weight into 2. The result is the number of ounces of water that you should drink every day. If you're 160 pounds, you should be drinking 80 ounces of water a day. Keep in mind that the average water bottle most people carry with them just holds 16 ounces. Therefore, a person per day should really drink about 5 bottles of water if you weigh 160 pounds. Please highlight, people who are very active should drink more water. End of highlighting. We talk about different vitamins. These vitamins help in significant ways. On page 165, vitamin A, please highlight, supports the overall health of the skin and aids in the health and function and repair of skin cells. It helps with skin's elasticity and thickness. Vitamin C, please highlight, is an important substance for the proper repair of skin and tissues. It accelerates the skin healing process. Vitamin D, please highlight. It enables the body to properly absorb the use of calcium and the element needed for the proper use of bone development and maintenance. Please highlight, vitamin E protects the skin from harmful effects of the sun and UV light. Some people claim that it also helps heal damage to skin tissues when taken by mouth. Did you know that water is the only element people cannot live without? Please highlight, there is one element that no person can live without: water. End of highlight. Please highlight, water composes 50 to 70% of the body weight. End of highlighting. This is coming to the end of our chapter 7. What I want you to do is complete your review questions, go over your study tools, make sure that you use your flashcards and your chapter glossary, and in addition, complete your study guide and exam review. I'll see you in class tomorrow. Any questions at any time, email me, call me, or text me.